Hello everyone, my name is Goyal and today we are going to start chapter factorization. Okay, so basically this chapter is very important with your board, with your school perspective. The chapter is very important. Okay, why it is very important? Because the same chapter is also in class 9th and you also going to use the concept of factorization in class 10th as well, right? And higher classes also. So that's why it is very important chapter, and the exam weightage for this chapter is 9 to 10 marks, right? So it means what? 10% of your paper, hardly 10, approx 10% of your paper contains factorization. So it is a very good data, right? Okay, so we are going to learn this chapter today. Okay, so in today's class what we are going to learn, see, we are going to cover, first of all we are going to cover about introduction, then factorization of algebraic expression by method of common factors. Okay, and then the third topic we are going to learn is what? Factorization by regrouping terms. Okay, now see, what is the meaning of factorization? See, if you see here, we can write down k into a plus b as k. Now see how we do this. We just distribute this k over a and b. K is going to be multiplied with a, then k is going to be multiplied with b. So what we get, k into a plus k into b. So when you have this form and then you write this form, this is expanded form. It means you expand that term. And when you want to write down this form as this form, so it process is known as factorization. Okay, so when the expression is given in expanded form and then you will write down that expression into multiplication of two expressions. So it means it is what? Factorization. The process is known as what? Factorization. Okay, same for same. Okay, now if you multiply a plus b with c plus d, then it means what? A is going to be multiplied with this complete bracket, then b is going to be multiplied with that complete bracket. So what we get, a plus, not a plus, a multiply c plus d plus b is going to be multiplied with c plus d, right? Now a is multiplied with c, ac, plus a is multiplied with d, ad, plus bc plus bd. So the process, with the help of the process with which we convert this expression to this expression is known as factorization. So this is what? Factorization. So in this chapter we are going to learn about introduction and how we factorize algebraic expression by using the method of common factors, and how we do factorization by regrouping terms. Okay, now okay, now in mathematics, factorization or factoring is defined as a breaking or decomposing of an algebraic expression basically. Okay, so for numbers, if I'm talking about numbers, 24, 4 and 60, 24 can be written as 4 into 6, and 4 and 6 are what? Are the factors of 24. Similarly for 9 you can write down 9 as 3 into 3, and 3 is a factor of what? 9. Now see, what is the meaning of terms and factor? Okay, if we have any expression, for example, if we have 3 4a square bc plus 3ab square, if we have these two things, so this expression, if we have this expression, is made up of what? Two terms. So two terms are what? 4a square bc and 3ab square. These two things are what? These two things are what? Terms. This is algebraic expression. This is algebraic expression. This is, these are terms. And if I write down this one separately, for example, if we write down this as 4a, a, b and c. Similarly, we can write down this one as 3a, b and b. So these terms, these numbers, these number 4a, b, c, 3a, b, b are what? These all are combinedly known as what? Factors. These are factors. Okay, these are factors. The simplified form, okay, we can see that the simplified form is known as factor. For same, we have another example, 3a square plus 4ab square, right? So first of all, we write down the separate terms. How many terms are there? Two terms are there, right? Okay, so it is what? First term is 3a square b and second term is 4ab square. Now when we do factorization of this one, so it becomes 3a and b, 4ab. So these are what? Factors of these terms. Are you getting my point? Expression is made up of terms. Terms is made up of what? Factors, right? Okay, now there is a method of factorization. Factorization of algebraic expression by method of common factors. Okay, so here we are going to take examples how we what is its mean. So first we are going to start with simple example. If we want to factorize 5xy plus 10x, then how we do that? By using the concept of common factors. So what we have to do, we have to write down the common factors of 5xy and 10x. So first of all, we have to write down the factors of 5xy. 5xy can be written as 5 into x into y. Now 10x can be written as 10 can be written as 2 into 5 into x. Now if I want to add these two, I can add this one and this one. So what I get, 5 into x into y plus 2 into 5 into x. Now if you see here, 5 is with first term as well as second term. X is also with first term as well as second term. So we can take 5x common, right? So if I take 5x common, how much, which is left here? Y. And what is left here? 2. So this is the factorized form of this one. So what we get, 5x into y plus 2. Are you getting my point? First question. Okay. Similarly, we can do more questions. So we are going to do some more questions. Second is what? 12a square b plus 15 ab square we have. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to write down the, see, this is an algebraic expression which contains two terms. So what we have to do, we have to write down the separate factors of every term. So 12 can be factorized. Now first of all, I am going to write 12a square b in factorized form. Okay, so 12 factor is 2 into 2 into 4, prime factorization. Basically we know that how we do prime factorization. So 2 into 2 into 3 into a square can be written as a into b. Okay, now it's time for 15 ab square. Now 15 can be written as 3 into 5, right? So 3 into 5 a into b square can be written as b into b, right? So now if I want to add these two, I can add these two also, right? So what I do, I just write down 2 into 2 into 3 into a into b plus 3 into 5 into a into b into b. Now if you see here, what we have in common in both the terms, 2 is only with this term but with not this term, so we are not going to take 2 common. 3, 1a is there, 1a is there, 1b is there. So what we are going to take common? 3ab, right? So 3ab, if we take 3ab common, then how much we left? 4, 2 to the 4, a, 4a basically, right? So 4a in the left term, and in this term 5b, right? So we got this form as factorized form. So this is the factorization of this term, this expression basically. Are you getting my point? Okay. So can we do move for more questions, sir? Now the question arises like, sir, if there are three terms or more than two terms, we can say that. So how we can do that? Same method. Okay. In, if I'm talking about the method by common factors, so you have to take common factors only. Okay. So for example, third question, if I'm talking about third question, it will be 10x square minus 18 x cube plus 14 plus 14 x raised to power 4. Okay, now there are three terms. Okay, it is trinomial. You know what is trimonomial, binomial and monomial? See, monomial is what? If there is only one term. The expression, the monomial expression is what? If there is only one term, then it is known as monomial. If there are two terms, then it is known as binomial, and if there are three terms, it is trinomial. And all the things monomial, binomial, trinomial or greater than three terms are known as polynomials. Okay, you already learned these things in class 7th, right? Okay. Okay, now first we have to write down the factorized form of 10x square. So it will be written as 2 into 5. X square is what? X into x. Now 18 x cube. 18 can be written as 2 into 3 into 3, right? 2 into 3 into 3. X cube can be written as x into x into x. Okay, now 14x raised to power 4. 14 can be written as what? 2 into 7, right? So it will be 2 multiplied by 7, and it will be x, 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 and x. So what we are going to do, I just write down these terms in the place of 10x square, 18x cube, and 14x cube power 4. So what we get, see, 2 into 5 into x into x, okay, minus 18 की जगह आ जाएगा 2 into 3 into 3 into x into x. How much time? 3 times, right? Into x. Now plus 14 की जगह आ जाएगा 2 into 7, right? Okay. Now into x into x into x and into x, right? Now we can write all the terms. Now see, from these three, 2 is with all the three, right? 2, 1x is there, 1x is there, and 1x is there, and second x is also with all. So what we can take common? 2x square we can take common, right? So we can take common as 2x square. अंदर क्या बचेगा? C 5 for first term. Now second term, 3 3s are 9, and 9x is there only, isn't it? Plus sign is there, so 7x square is there. Are you getting my point? So this is what we perform factorization of algebraic expressions by method of common factors. Okay. Okay, so I think, have you all got these three questions, right? I think. Okay, now next question is there. See, what we have to do, we have to do this question. Okay, question is asking for, you have to factorize 5z cube minus 10z square. Okay, so basically what we have two terms in this expression. First is 5z cube. So 5z cube as 5 multiplied z multiplied z multiplied z, right? Similarly, 10z square can be written as 2 into 5 into z into z, right? So what I do, I just write down in the place of 5z cube, I write down this. In the place of 10z square, I'm going to write down this. So what I get, 5z into z minus 2 into 5 into z into z. Now if you see which term is going to become common, 5 is with this one, 5 is with this one also, 2 z's are there, 2 z's are there, so we can take 5 z square common, it will give z minus 2. Okay, so the factorized form of this expression is what? 5 z square into z minus 2. Are you getting my point? Simple, very simple. Okay, so if you see the factors of, now question is asking for factors of, so you can write down the factors of 5 z cube minus 10 z square r. One is 5z square and the second one is z minus 2, right? Are you getting my point? Okay, so if you see, we got the same answer, right? Okay, now next concept is what? Factorizing by regrouping term. Means in this part, what we have to do, we have to regroup the terms. Okay, how we can do this? Okay, let me tell you how we can do this. Okay, now for example, if we have a question to factorize 2xy plus 2y plus 3x plus 3. So what we have to do, we have to take groups at one time, right? So what I do, I just take this group and this group. Okay, so from these two, what we can take common? 2y is with this term and is with this term also, right? So we can take 2y common, it will gives x plus 2, right? Now what we take common? X plus 1, sorry, not 2, it gives x plus 1 because 2 we already take common, right? So it is not 2, it is 1. Okay, now we can take 3 common, it gives x plus 1. Now if you see x plus 1 is with this one and with this one also. So now we can take x plus 1 also common, so it will known as regrouping. Okay, so now we can take x plus 1 common. So if I take x plus 1 common, it gives what? 2y plus 3. So this is the factorized form of this quantity. Are you getting my point? ठीक है, very simple, very simple, no, very simple. So we are going to do some questions, more questions. Next question is what? Factorize 3x 6xy, not 3xy, 6xy minus 4y plus 6 minus 9x. Okay, okay, so we are going to take these two questions. Okay, now see, what I do, I just take these two terms combinedly and these two terms combinedly. Okay, so from these two terms, what can becomes common? Now see, 2 is with this term and is with this term also. Only 1, 2, right? And y is also there. So we can take 2y common. So if I take 2y common, the thing which is left is 3x minus 2. Now if you see the coefficient of in these two, the coefficient of x is negative, right? To make it positive, what we have to take? We have to take common negative sign also, because if we take negative sign common, then it becomes positive, right? So what we have to take common? Minus 3 we have to take common. So we have to take common minus 3. And if I take common minus 3, then this quantity becomes what? Plus 3x. And this plus 6 becomes what? Minus 2. So if you see, if you multiply this number minus 3 with this bracket, then you will get same. Okay, so why we do this? Because we want what? We want these two quantities as same. So that's why we follow this process. Now what I do, I just take 3x minus 2 common. So if I take 3x minus 2 common, then it will give 2y minus 3. So this is the factorization form of this one. Are you getting my point? So this method is known as what? Factorizing by regrouping the term. Factorizing what? By regrouping the term. Okay, so we can do more questions, right? Okay, let me write down the question. Factorize ax plus bx minus ay minus by. We have this question. Now see, what we have to do. See, we can take x common from these two, right? And we can take minus y common from these two. So if I take x common from these two, what I got? A plus b. And if I take minus y common, what I got? A plus b again. Now a plus b is also with first term and is also with second term, right? So now we can take a plus b common. what it give? X minus y. So this is the factorizing form of this quantity. Are you getting my point? Okay, so this method is very easy. What we have to do, we have to take two groups at a time, and then we have to take some common, and then we have to take another thing common, okay, at the end. Now in this question, what we have a question. Okay, now if you see, if I take these two, there is nothing to take common. If I take these two at a time, there is nothing to take common. So what I do, I take these two at a time, because if I take these two at a time, then we can take what common? We can take y common, right? Okay, so I just regroup this. Okay, I just rewrite this expression. So it will write down as xy plus qy minus pq minus px, right? Now what I do, I just take I just want to take what common? Y common. It gives x plus q. Now I can take minus p common. If I take minus p common, it will gives x q plus x. Now if you see, from these two we can take x plus q common, right? So x plus q comes out common, it will gives y minus p. So the factorizing form of this one is what? X plus q into y minus p. Isn't it simple? Is there any doubt? Okay, so I think you got the concept how we do this, right? So if you see, we got the same answer, y minus p into x plus q. Okay, either you can group these two terms also, right? Let me show you another method how to do this again. See what we have. So in this question, what we do, I just take these two things at one time. Now, if I want to take these two things at one time and these two things at one time, we get definitely got the same answer. Why? Let me show you how we can get the same answer. Now, I just write down xy minus px. Okay, now minus pq plus qy. Now see which terms come common from these two. X, so we can take x common, right? Y minus p is there. Now minus q is there, right? So minus q. Okay, if I take minus q common, then this quantity become minus y, and in this we have plus y, because at the end of the question, what we have to do, we have to take this quantity common. So what I take, I just take plus q common. If I take plus q common, this quantity become y, and minus p is there, right? Now we got the same quantity. Now y minus p comes out common. Okay, so it will gives x plus q. So we got the same answer, right? Got it? Very simple. Okay, now there are some practice question. We have to do this question in today's lecture. Okay, okay, now let's see how we do this factorization. Y square minus 9y, this question. Okay, so okay, I first of all, I am going to write down the question. Y square minus 9y plus 2y minus 18. Okay, okay, let's see. This pen is less visible, so I can take this pen. Okay, now y can becomes common from these two. If I take y common, this y square becomes what? Y, and this minus 9y becomes what? 9y only. Now see, 2 comes common from these two, so it becomes y minus 9. Now listen. Now we can do what? We can take y minus 9 common from these two, and if I take y minus 9 common from these two, then what will get? Y plus 2. Okay, so if you see the answer, we got the same answer. Got it? Got it? Okay, no problem. Now next question, factor grouping the algebraic expression. We have to factorize this by taking grouping, while doing grouping. So what we have, second question, ab x square plus y square plus xy a square plus b square. Now what we have to do, we have to multiply this first. Okay, so ab x square plus ABY square plus XYA square plus XYB square, right? So what I do now, here we have four terms. So what I have to do, I have to take two at one time and two at one time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these two terms at one side and these two terms at one side. So I just club AB x square with XYB square. Okay. And AB y square with XYA square, right? Okay. So if I do this, so what can I take common? Now in these two terms, x is with all both, b is with both. So we can take bx common. So if I take bx common, then the thing which is left, it's ax, right? Plus, and the thing which is left with this number, which is what? By, right? Okay, now I can take a y common with these two. So it will gives by plus ax, right? Now if you see, these two quantities are same, right? So we can take ax plus by as common, so it will give bx plus ay. So we got this as the factor. Okay, bx plus ay plus into ax plus by. Okay, so we started the chapter factorization. As I told you, factorization is very important topic. Okay, so you have to practice more and more questions. Okay, in the book, NCERT book, you have so many questions. In other books, you want to try, you can try. Okay, this for this chapter, the number of questions you practice is directly proportional to you get the concept. Okay. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much. Stay safe and have